So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your hour of live readings. It's lovely to be back with you all again. For those that haven't seen me before, my name's Kirsty Ashton, and I am a spiritual medium. And I love nothing better than being able to reunite you with your loved ones. It means a lot to me to be able to do that. How I tend to work is I will bring through your loved one and then find out where we're going. It's just how spirit work with me when I'm doing lives, because they do like to mix things up, but that tends to be how it is. When I'm working platform, it's a little different. I do know where I'm going, but not on here, but never mind. Hello, Marion. Lovely to have you here. So we'll just give it a second and we'll get going. See who likes to come through first. Let's see who we've got coming through.
This is a reminder, Veronica Live. This is a reminder, Veronica Live.
Hi, Tammy. Nice to have you here. And morning, Susan. So I am aware of a lady that's coming through, and she's not telling me who she is at the moment, but she does. She's feeling very nurturing, very loving. I do feel like she were a mother figure, and she loved her family. She was a people person. She's telling me she loved people. She loved nothing better than to be around family, and I know she helped her family a lot over the years. Very kind-hearted, very loving, and she did have a heart of gold. She's telling me she was always busy. She goes, even if I had nothing to do, I'd find something to do. Let me see. She's not telling me how she passed, but she's making me feel like she wasn't a lady that would open up to people if she didn't know them. Anything health-wise, it would be like close friends and close family. And let me see, she was very independent, and I do feel she did have some mobility issues later in life, because she's telling me that she slowed down and she didn't like that because she liked to be the lady that did everything. And she says, I didn't like slowing down, it wasn't me. She says, I like things just so, I like things my way. So I know... Terry. Is it okay if I try and work with you? You had a good relationship with your mum, and she taught you a lot in life, and she gave you strength when you needed it. I'm feeling a lot of that life hasn't been too easy recently. There's been a lot going on, she's telling me, and it's been a bit up and down, and she comes around you a lot, and she gives you the strength when she needed it. when you need it. But she's also saying when she were here physically, she gave you a lot of emotional support. So she's telling me that if anything ever went wrong or you needed some support, she was the lady that you would turn to. She's handing you a daisy chain, so I know that's something that you'll have done with her when you were a child. But she did like flowers as well. I need to give you April and May time as a significant months because she's just showing me some daffodils and tulips. And I know that April and May are significant months to you, if that makes sense. Either for a birthday, a passing, or an anniversary. Sorry, everybody, I'm having to move all the wires away from the cat. She thinks there's something to snack on. Let me see. But she's telling me also, your mum, that she liked the springtime because it was like new beginnings. That winter can be a bit drab, but when you saw the crocuses coming up, it was a sign of things are going to get better. Because she's saying, I didn't like the wet weather. Ah, okay. And I'm really sorry for your loss. Let me see. I know she didn't wear much jewellery, but she was a very sentimental lady. So if she wore something, it was significant to her, it meant something. And she's telling me that you're quite sentimental as well with things that you have, and everything you have has a meaning behind it. Because she's saying that you take a lot after her. And she was very punctual as well, because she's showing me her watch and she liked punctuality. She says if I were late, it was because there was something wrong. And I know you've got some bits of your mum's that you treasure. She's making me aware of a necklace. So I've not got mine on today, but she's just drawing me to my neck. So I know she had a nice necklace. Let me see. But she's so proud of you. With how you've dealt with everything. Because it hasn't been easy for you. And there's been, I know you've mentioned your son passing, and I'm really sorry for that. But she's saying that she looks after him. She goes, we're together now. And I've got somebody to fuss over. So I know she liked fussing over people and making sure they had everything they needed, making sure, especially if you were around, if you went to see her, she'd be, oh, you sit down, I'll get you a cuppa and I'll get you some cake or some biscuits. It's just the lady that she was. And she's just saying, I've still got somebody to do that with now. And she wants you to know that he's doing okay and that we're together. And you wanted her to be with your son. She's saying, I'm looking after him. I'm showing him, making sure he's okay, but he is okay. and he does come around you a lot, she's telling me, because she's saying we come round together and to just check in on you and make sure you're okay. And I know you talk to them both as well, and they like that you speak to them every day. And I know you've got lots of photographs at home, and there's a significant one with your son, and your mum's telling me you always say hello when you walk past it. But you've got so many happy memories in photographs, and your mum's telling me, she goes, we like when you look through them because it just brings the memories back alive. Oh, wow. And let me see. She said something very quickly and then it went away. Oh, she's just saying to remember how important you are. And it's okay to take time for yourself, because you've found it easier at times being busy. But she's saying you need to look after yourself as well, and to just have a breather when you need it. Because she's saying we're encouraging that for you. And your mum's telling me that your son will give a sign of a flashing light or a flickering light when he's around you, just to let you know that he is with you. I'm just going to pick a card for you. Let's see what we've got. It says new beginnings. The fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby, or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. And your mum's telling me that you've been living like on autopilot, and that you're just starting to she's saying you're a bit more focused now. And I'm not going by the saying, but gold for me is a new beginning, and you've got ideas that you want to do, and it's time for you to do new things that you like to do. Or because she's just saying that when one door closes, another one opens, and that they're trying to help you now navigate things to move forward. In the card, there's nature. So I feel being out in nature would help you to just calm the mind and just feel a bit lighter just by watching what's going on around you. And in the card, there's a butterfly, and I feel there's something significant about butterflies. But butterflies are a sign of transformation. And there's a lot of white. So white for me is for peace. But your mum's just saying to stand tall and be proud of who you are, and to let them help you navigate things again and to find yourself again, because they're wanting to just help you to move forward, which we know isn't easy. But just be proud of yourself, and They just want to give you the biggest hug ever and a kiss on the cheek, and they just want you to know they both love you to the moon and back. And I'll just say thank you for working with me, Terry, and I hope that helped. You're welcome, Terry. Let's see. I am aware of a grandmother now coming into my energy, and she was a bit outspoken. She was a character. If she had something to say, she'd say it, but she was the glue that kept everybody together. If there were ever any arguments, she fixed them. She goes, family life isn't for people falling out, she's telling me. Let me see. Don't feel she were overly tall, but then I'm not good with heights because I'm 6 foot. So everybody is smaller than me. And she's showing me like wearing a dress below the knees, and she'd got tights on. She said, I always had tidy shoes, and she always wore a cardigan. And she says, I like things with pockets in, so I could pick things up through the day. She goes, it always end up in my pocket, and there'd always be a hanky up my sleeve. And she's showing me a pearl necklace and pearl earrings, but she's not wearing them. They're in a case, like a case. But she didn't wear much jewellery herself. No, I mentioned it with the last reading, but what she wore were given to her. But let me see. Oh, and she liked her hair doing. She says, I was a bit of a chatterbox. I loved to chat. She was a very strong lady. I know she did get a bit of arthritis. Well, I feel it's arthritis because all my joints all of a sudden have started hurting. And I know her and her husband, they'd bicker at times. So can anybody take a grandmother like this? She always wore nice dresses. She's saying grandma suitable dresses. It looks like she's got tan tights on. She's got a cardigan on. She liked to get her hair done. She's showing me a case with a pearl necklace and pearl stud earrings in. And this doesn't have to be hers. There's just something significant about it. She spoke her mind. She says, I didn't have any trouble getting things off my chest. And she had a very good sense of humour. And later in life, I feel she did get a bit of arthritis, because all my joints are starting to wake. And she says, oh, my knees would creak. So could anybody take this lady? And she's put a headache on me. So I don't know if she suffered with headaches or somebody here has been having headaches recently. It does feel like a tension headache. If you can take some of it, let me know. I may have just interpreted it something wrong. Does this sound like your grandma, Bernadette? Or a grandmother figure? Somebody of that generation? If you can tell me what you can take, Jennifer, and... that sounds... Right, so we've got Bernadette and Julie. I'm drawn to Bernadette, but I feel I'll be coming back to you, Julie. So I'll just work with Bernadette first. Yeah, I knew there was something significant about the headaches, just with how she put them on me. She is sending healing for you. And she was such a tower of strength. She rarely grumbled. She was quite positive. She's saying that it were rare I'd moan. She goes, oh, I had the odd moan, but it were very rare. But she loved her family. And she loved spoiling her family. If she knew you were coming round, she'd always have your favourite sweets in or your favourite biscuits. And she just loved doing things like that. But I feel that after she passed, there was some bickering in the family. Not everybody got on. Whereas she was a problem solver, she says, I made people get on at times. I feel that since she passed, things changed. But she's saying it doesn't matter that you didn't see her a lot. You were still a granddaughter. And she did love you she loved you to bits. And this may be something you don't know, but she's saying I was a bit nosy as well. She says, I like to know everybody's business, but there's no wrong with that. But I know you talk to her a lot, because she's saying sometimes you don't always know who you can trust, but you trust in your loved ones in spirit. And it helps you to chat to your loved ones in spirit. She's saying, because we don't always answer back. And she's glad that you've been turning to her, because she's been able to give you that support that you need and the healing. Let me see. She's saying, will you stop putting yourself down? And at times you can talk yourself out of doing something. But she's such a kind lady, and she's so proud of her family, and the strength. Because she's saying you don't realise how strong you are. And she brings you the strength that you need at this time. Let me pick a card for you. She's the type of lady that would talk old. Very popular, and if she went to shops, everybody knew her, so it'd take a lot longer. This is your card. It says music. listen carefully, for there may be a message in music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. And I feel that you are a music lover. But there is always, if you ever hear a song just come on the radio and it reminds you of somebody in spirit, if you listen to the words, it's a message from your loved ones. And your grandma's there tapping her feet, so I feel like she liked a bit of music as well. But there's a lot of green in the card, and green for me is a healing colour. So she's just sending you some healing. I need to give you the number 3 because there's 3 people in the card, so that could be the 3rd of a month, 3 in a family, or March as a significant month. But there's lots of sparkling lights, and she's just trying to brighten you up and recharge your batteries. And she's just saying to stand tall and be proud, and that you will get through this because you're a tough cookie and you've got her in your corner helping you with everything that's happening. But she just wants to leave you with a bag of pick and mix and all her love. And a pink rose, and pink for me is love from spirit. So she's just bringing you all that love that you need. So I'll just leave her love with you, Bernadette, and thank you for working with me. Is Julie still there, please? Well, you're so welcome. I hope it's helped. Thanks. Just as I was finishing the reading, another lady said your name, so I know that I had to come to you. And you could take the character of your nan. She was a lovely lady, always busy, always, let me see. She loved people. She loved being busy. She loved life. Very positive. And she always made everybody feel special. And that was important to her. I need to give you something in September. So something this month. She's showing me a cake. And I feel there's a birthday coming up. Because she's saying I did like a slice of cake as well. I feel the mobility. She's had to slow down later in life because she's telling me that her legs didn't work the same. But she had a belief or a faith that were important to her. Oh, okay. Let me see. She's bringing a lot of white around you. And white for me is for peace. And she's just trying to bring, because she's saying that your mind's been quite busy recently. And you're just trying to bring that peace to you. And I know that she had a family Bible, because she just showed me that, and a gold chain with a cross on. And I feel like there were other ornaments or something around the house. Well, she's saying dust collectors. She's saying, but I would always dusting anyway. But the thing, when she needed some help, she's saying not everything were done her way. She says, I was quite particular how I did things. So she said, I'd be sat there watching, she goes, and cringing inside, but grateful for the help that she got. And her family were so important to her. And she loved having everybody around the table. And she's saying she was quite nosy as well. She goes, if I suspected there was something wrong, I could always find out what it was. And I had a feeling she wore glasses as well, because I meant to have mine on now and I forgot to put them on. So I feel she wore glasses as well. And she did like reading or magazines or something. But she's bringing... I don't know if there's some new learning or something that you want to do, but she's sticking, or you like reading, but she's sticking a pile of books in front of you. And I normally get that if there's new learning or there's something new you want to do. Let me see. But she's saying even though you were 10 when she passed, those 10 years to her were precious, because she loved you to bits, and she always, let me see, made you feel important and listen to. Maybe she's trying to say you need to start reading if you don't like books. Because she's saying I had a collection. But she's telling me that there's something at the minute and you need to trust your gut with it, because you've got a good gut instinct. And let me see. And that it's good to get out of your comfort zone. So I feel there's something in the back of your mind that you want to do. And you're thinking, oh, do I, don't I? And she's just saying, do it. It'll be good for you. And something about a planned trip. She's not telling me anything more. She's just saying the planned trip. But she just wants you to live your life to the fullest, because she's saying I loved life, and you have a lot of positivity that she has, and she's just proud of you. I'll just pick a card for you, Julie. This is your card. That'll be the trip then, thank you. Solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quietest times. And I feel that nature's quite important to you, Julie. Because in the card, there's like a forest or a woods or something. And if you ever need to get out, you like to be out in fresh air when you can and taking a walk. And you like nature, you like looking at the birds and the butterflies. There's green in the card, and green for me is a healing colour. So if I feel there's somebody close to you at the moment that needs some healing. There's white in the card, and normally I say for peace, but your nan's saying for peace of mind. And she's saying that you know what she means. But then the gold is for new beginnings and a new chapter. And she's just telling me that you're in a new chapter now of your life, and to make the most of it. And let me see. You struggle being around negativity, and that you've taken a step back from somebody. But she's saying your time is now, and to celebrate you. And she's just saying it's your time now to celebrate who you are and where you are in life, and just enjoy. But she's got a lot of love for you, Julie, and she's saying, I believe in you. So I'll just as she's stepping back, she's given me a yellow rose. And yellow for me is for upliftment. And she's just saying, if you're ever feeling a bit fed up, think of the colour yellow, and she'll bring the upliftment you need, or the boost in energy. But she loves you to bits, Julie, and I'll just leave her love with you and thank you for working with me. Let's have a see where we are now. And welcome to everybody that's just joined. Oh, you're welcome, Julie. Thank you. It was a pleasure bringing her through. Let me see. I've got a man with me, and it's either dad or granddad, he's not telling me, but it's sat by a lake with a sat in a chair with a fishing rod, fishing, and he loved being outside. He's saying get him some peace and quiet, that life were busy, family life were always busy. So he found his solitude going fishing. But he loved his family, and I know he was a hard worker. And that he once chased somebody with a fish because he knew they didn't like him. And sticking maggots under his tongue and make people cringe. But he was so happy, so uplifting. He is making my chest feel quite tight, so I do feel he had some breathing difficulties. Let me see. And he was quite a smart gentleman. He's saying I always wore nice trousers and a shirt. And he didn't like it when he retired because he's saying I had too much time on my hands. Because he was always busy. Let me see. And I know I need to go to, the name Mary is quite significant and the name Anne is quite significant. So this is of like a dad or granddad figure. He's making me laugh because he's not telling me which one he is yet. He's saying you'll find out. But family were everything to him. But he did like fishing because he just keeps showing me this fishing lake and he's sat there relaxing. He had a really good sense of humour. At some point in life, he chased somebody with a fish he'd caught, and he used to stick maggots under his tongue. But he was a hard worker, and he always dressed smartly. Kenzie, is it okay if I try and work with you? He was a character, and he had a really good sense of humour. He liked making people laugh, and it was a huge support to everybody. He was a strong man, independent. But I know he suffered with his chest because he keeps it just feels really tight. So I know that was an issue. But it were a lot of people's rocking times, and you could turn to him and he'd keep secrets. And he was a good listener as well, but he loved people. He says, I liked being around everybody, but he loved like family gatherings and family meals. It was a good character, so helpful and loving and kind. But I feel him being outside was a way of just getting out. He's saying sometimes he got under your grand's feet and she needed some peace, or he needed some peace. It was just important to him having that time. And I know that he'd take you for walks and things like that, or he'd do things with you. You weren't scared when you were younger to get down on your knees and play with him. And he was a very intelligent man as well. And he knew a lot. If there was something he didn't know, he'd go and find out. That would impart. It would just. He liked facts and things like that, and finding out things. It kept his mind busy, and he liked reading paper and doing crossword. And he wore a watch with a leather strap. And I feel that there's military connections linked to him as well. So I know there's somebody in the family linked to him where there were military connections in the family. But he was very punctual, and he did his best to look after himself. He didn't that makes sense. Just how he is as a person, you could tell that He loved what he did. He loved his job. And he loved being part of a team. And it were important. It were important to him to have shiny shoes as well. But he liked his food. Says he says, I like my food. I had a bit of a sweet tooth, but I enjoyed life and I loved being with my family. And he liked going to the coast as well. Day trips to the sea and things like that. Just doing things with the family was what meant something to him. Because they're giving you a bag of candy floss. But I'm going to bring the pink around you because he loves you so much. And he wants you to love yourself more. And that's why he's bringing a lot of pink around you. And to start saying yes more to things. If you get asked to do things, he wants you to live your life. Spend time with friends and family and do more for you because you're always busy, and he's just saying that you're important and taking time for yourself is important. Even if it's putting your feet up and watching a chick flick, it's important that you take the time for yourself. And he's always there for you, and he does move things around your house, Kenzie, to let you know that he's there. And I know your grandma is as well. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on its way. And I feel that if you've not received an invitation yet there is a party or a celebration coming up. And I've got an image of you stood on your grandpa's feet and him dancing with you, but you're stood on his shoes. And he liked music as well. There's a lot of blue in the card, and blue for me is for calmness. And he needs to bring that calmness around you as well, because you're not having the time to switch off. And to remember that he is there to listen to you. And he says, I'm helping you to the best of my ability, but giving you the strength that you need. And there's pink in the card as well, and that's just love. He's just bringing so much love around you, and strength and peace. But he's saying to keep talking to him and to not hold on to things, because he is trying to help you. And he's saying there is light at the end of the tunnel. But just let him help you and your loved ones, because he's saying that's what we're there for. And I'll just leave all his love with you, Kenzie, and thank you for working with me. And I saw a couple of people as well commenting that they could still take the information. I was drawn to Kenzie, but just take what you can from the message, because there is always a message in a message. And I'm glad you feel the strength. And you're welcome, Kenzie. Thank you for working with me. Let's see. Who have we got with us now? I feel like I've got a mum and a dad with me now. And they were soulmates. They bounced off each other. They got on really well. And they did a good job of bringing the family up. The dad with me, what a hard worker. But he always made time for family. And at the minute, they're not telling me how they passed. The mum is coming across very gentle, very loving. Heart of gold, both of them. They were both amazing people. Very positive. Would help anybody if they needed it, but always help the family. The dad's dressed quite smart, and I feel that he had to for work. And the mum is saying, I like to make an effort as well. And she's saying, I looked after my skin as well. It made me look younger than I was. But there's such a good couple together. And they were a good team. And there's something about teamwork at the minute around who I need to speak to. But the mum liked to make everything good at home. She was always making the home nice, cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, always making sure she'd been to the shops. And she loved shopping. She loved going. She even liked getting a bargain. But she had a lot of friends. They both did. They both were lovely people. Just so kind, both of them. Is it okay if I work with you, Christine? I know you've got some bits of your mum's. She's not telling me what, but there's some things that are treasure to you that have been left from the family. She's saying that she always liked taking photographs. They always had photographs in albums and making memories. You've got a lot of photographs from over the years, and I feel you've got some really old ones as well. But she didn't. She's saying, I liked things to be neat and tidy. And she liked to be busy, so she loved looking after the family, always making sure there were a nice meal at the end of the day. She goes, it was my time at the end of the day to put my feet up. Once she'd made the meal and everything. But she liked being busy. And there were hundreds of photographs over years that your dad took. But you love photographs as well. So I know that you take a lot of photographs. But your mum never grumbled. She was just so positive, but she were a big support to you. She were a person you could turn to and ask for advice. And I know you still ask for her advice as well too. And she's telling me there's a few questions you've had asked recently. And she's just saying that she's working on them. So whatever you've been asking the spirit, they're working on it. Let me see. But she's saying you found yourself recently over the years. Because it hasn't always been easy, and you've had quite a lot of loss in your life. But you've found yourself again. And you've got some good people around you, your mum's saying. And your dad was a huge support as well. And I feel that sometimes you smell his aftershave, because I've just got a whiff of aftershave. And they do like to let you know when they are there. And I don't know which one it is, but one of them tilts photographs a bit that you've got on the walls. So if you've got a photo like that, I feel sometimes they tilt a little bit. But I know that, you know, when spirit's with you, and it gives you peace knowing that your mum and your dad and all your other loved ones are with you. But they're just so happy that they're saying you're looking forward. I know they both like the sea, because I just got the sound of waves. So I know they both like the sea. And your mum's telling me you're very good at putting pen to paper, and the words that come out are very meaningful, and that will help a lot of people. But your mum, she's saying, I hated having a quiet house. She always loved the sound of family life in the house. And there's somebody here at the minute that you've been supporting, and she's saying you're a good friend, that you're always at the end of the phone for somebody to listen to. And you've got, it's the same in return. But the notebooks you write in, they look lovely. They're nice notebooks. But they're just bringing so much love through to you and support. And I picked this card for you, and it's covered in pink. Pink for me is for love from spirits. I know you've got a lot of people in spirit. And there's some pink flowers, and they look like pink lilies. But there's a lot of gold in the card, and gold for me is for new chapters and new beginnings and moving forward. Because when one door closes, another one opens. And it's something that you're a huge believer in. But the girl in the picture, she's just stood tall, she's shining brightly. And your mum's saying that's how we see you from spirit. Because you're shining so brightly, you're always helping others. And you're focused on moving forward and achieving what you'd want to in life. And in the background, it's nature. So I know you love being outside. And they're bringing healing to somebody that needs it down here. But your mum's saying don't change for anything. We've seen what's gone on over the years, and You've brought that strength you've needed, but don't change for anything. You've got the right people around you now. So it's your time now to do what Christine wants to do. And just enjoy life. But they're raising a glass to you to say cheers and to thank you for everything that you did for them. And they really appreciated all that you did. And you were there for them as much as they were there for you. And your mum said she's handing you a proper hanky. And it's one that she had. And it's got some embroidery around the edges. But she just loves you. They both love you so much. And they're so just proud of you. They're saying there's nothing else to say. They've just brought everything they needed to say and just want to celebrate you. So I'll just leave an abundance of love from them for you, Christine, and say thank you for working with me. And we've reached that time now where it's the end of the hour. But I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody for coming on this afternoon. Sorry, no, I said evening. Or good morning, wherever you are. I know I couldn't get round everybody, but your loved ones are always around you. And if you could take something from somebody else's message, then please do, because there is always a message in a message. And just remember that Spirit is always with you. And walk beside you every day, because Spirit is everywhere. So just reach out to them when you need them, because they're always there to support you. So I'll just say thank you all again, and I will be back next week at the same time of 2:00. So thank you, everybody. And you're welcome, Christine. I hope the message helped. So thank you, and see you all again soon. Bye.